too. I have to say that this has kind of inspired a lot of deep thinking for me
Cool.
because I can definitely see some generational change, which is very satisfying to think about. So we came from a lower middle class background, and to my memory, um, we always had what we needed, but money was something that was always pretty scarce. And at a young age, we learned not to ask for things.
Were your parents, were they from the Depression era?
Yeah, yes, they
Yeah.
were. And I was saying to Whitney early, really, it was all about scarcity. And it was passed on from mom and dad that you really shouldn't expect abundance.
Mm.
And it was well into my adulthood that I recognized as I was having a conversation with my dad that that's where he was at, but it didn't have to be where I was at.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think I must have been 40 by the
Mm.
time I had that conversation and the
Hmm.
time that I had that realization.
Does that stuff carry over for you now? I mean, even though you're in a different sort of financial position and you came to that realization about it, that doesn't have to be
Mm-hmm.
scarcity mindset doesn't have to be the case for me, but do some of those things personally, do some of those things
Mm-hmm.
carry over with you even now?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I wasn't going to say this, but Whitney said, no, I think you should. And when I was fortunate enough in my 30s to get into a community program, first time home buyer.
Oh, uh-huh.
So I was able, I had Whitney. Whitney was about in sixth grade, she was 12. And I was able to buy a condo. This was an amazing opportunity for me. Never had the expectation, but here it was in my lap. And when I finally sold that condo and moved into the house that I live in now, the realtor said to me, "Wow, you really broke a glass ceiling here. You're selling your condo for 100,000." And it was the top price for any of those condos. And I, being from my background, I felt guilty.
So, yeah.
Yes, it does. And you know
It,
what's universal for all of us parents? We always want more for our kids.
yeah.